I want to double major in international business and nonprofit management, and it's been my goal for as long as I can remember. I want to go abroad and advocate for human rights and fair trade. So, what does all of this have to do with being green? Well, for starters, having a business that is eco-friendly means that you're helping the environment. After all, our job as people are not only to help each other out, but the environment as well, so others can live. One local Minnesota company does both. Peace Coffee is a fair trade producer and focuses on sustainability and being green. I toured their facilities to realize what it really means to make your business run on bicycle and biodiesel fuels, along with many other green initiatives.
Peace Coffee's mission statement reads as, Peace Coffee's mission is to make exceptional tasting, organic, fair trade coffee that sustains the livelihoods of the people who grow, roast, and sell it, preserves and protects the environment that produces it, and delights the taste buds of those who drink it. It's really big for a company to have the fact that they're trying to protect the environment in its mission statement. Most focus on their consumers and how they do their production. This key fact is what sets Peace Coffee away from other companies. Walking up to Peace Coffee, you could tell it was in a neighborhood that maybe didn't make sense for someone that was going green. There was a lot of factories around. It was in the not-so-nicer district of Minneapolis. And after meeting with the woman there, it made a lot more sense why it was placed there. She had told us how the site was actually first picked out to be a landfill site, and they picked it because of the neighborhood and the fact that there wasn't that big of a population there, and that it was close to factories. Well, the neighborhood decided that they didn't want to have a landfill, and that it would just keep bringing down them. So they put in a request to have the landfill moved to somewhere else. Thankfully, this request was met, and they decided to put that land there for use for Greenway. Greenway houses Peace Coffee. It is a eco-friendly building that sustains more than just Peace Coffee. It also hosts things such as nonprofit organizations and really focuses on the environment as a whole. Greenway is a very eco-friendly building. The office supplies such as desks and chairs are provided from people who have already gently used them, along with pictures and sculptures. The floors are made out of soybean, and that's not all that they have. They actually focus on their geo-exchange heat pump system. What that means is there is no furnace at all heating the building. It is actually heated by the earth west of the warehouse. There's a geo-exchange system, which is 120 to 60 inches deep wells. They continuously are in a closed loop of piping filled with a mixture of water and food-grade antifreeze, which runs through the wells. The ground is at a fairly constant temperature year-round, right around 40 degrees. And so in the winter, the geothermal heating pump, it will extract the heat from the ground and transfer the energy to the 18 pumps that in turn heat the air. And that will go up to 100 degrees. In the summer then, the ground actually uses the system to sink the heat away and remove the heat from the building. They also have one more heat to do that for the water in the building as well. This saves a lot of money because you don't have a furnace and you are not using as much energy in that case. They also have a heat recovery ventilator, and it's air-to-air heat exchanger. It utilizes the temperatures of the air from the building to warm or cool the fresh air being pulled into the building, and that also helps to keep down heating costs. Not only do they have that, but they also have their lighting system. Their lighting system is built so that you can have a lot of interior and exterior light mixing together, and that the windows are a main focus. They have sensors that will monitor if someone's in the room or not to turn the lights on or turn them off, and They are known to have saved 58,000 kilowatt hours through their maximized lighting system. This is enough to sustain one light bulb for more than 85 years of being on. So they're actually saving a lot. And they also do their solar tracking skylights. That means that 18 of their skylights have dome series or mirrors mounted on top. And through that, they track the sun through the day and its path across the sky. And these allow the skylights to bring in as much as 10 times more light than traditional skylighting because they are tracking the sun through the sky. They post all of this along their walls so that anyone who comes into the building can get a feel of how they're moving forward and how they're continuing to find different and better ways to make their building more operable, not only for themselves, but for the people who come in and for the environment as well. They not only have green offices, but they also are a green company. They use their main mode of transportation, which is bicycles. They encourage that all of their employees ride bikes to work, especially if they live in the greater Minneapolis area. If you can take the time to ride your bike to work, you will save your carbon footprint. And so they were actually awarded the American League of Bicyclists Silver Distinction because of how many of their employees come to work by bicycle. They have a bicycle rack inside the building in which employees are welcomed to store their bikes and are encouraged to as well. Not only do they have their employees ride bikes, but they also deliver their coffee to local areas by bicycles. And they will have 40 pounds of coffee delivered within 20 miles. And, 400 pounds of coffee delivered within 20 miles. That's a lot of coffee. And they have two main bicyclists, and they go out and they deliver this coffee so that they aren't leaving a CLA as other companies who are using trucks to fuel how their company gets from one place to another. But they do obviously have to use a vehicle at some time because not all of their wholesale distributors are within that 20-mile radius. In that case, they use their biodiesel vans. They have two biodiesel powered vans. And it has designs outside the vans, as you can see in this picture, that really just are asking people to not only see that they're driving a biodiesel van, but to ride a bike and act globally. They're advocating for people to follow in their footsteps and encourage being green and helping people out.
This is what makes Peace Coffee a green company. By being able to tour their facilities, I saw what it really takes to run and maintain a company that uses bicycles, biodiesel fuel-run vans, eco-lighting, geothermal heating, plus that focuses on something that a lot of people enjoy, a nice cup of coffee. Some interesting things I learned about their coffee business while I was there is how they have a specific taste tester. Coffee is more distinct than wine and has a lot of different varieties, which need to be tasted with the different roast levels. They base their coffee off of fair trade. This does help the environment too, because a lot of times they're working with small farmers, and these small farmers are more able to maintain their land, less likely to use pesticides, and have less people that are handling the coffee beans. When they have less people in between handling coffee beans, you have less transportation, which helps bring down your CLA. Through this, I learned that maintaining a green business is easy if that's what your focus is. You can do it and put it to good use. You can also build buildings in which many people can fit into. With the Greenway, they have the nonprofit organizations plus Peace Coffee all living under one green roof. This